Hello, Facebook. Yeah, I just got back from the gym. I just kind of got off a rant. I was on the phone with my sister, and I just needed to let a lot off, let a lot off of my chest. I can't even talk. So look, I want to talk like this is very new territory for me, but I'm gonna talk about how I feel and about how I'm processing. A friend of mine who passed away, like many friends have before him that I know, and it's just crazy. So anyway, I'm angry. I'm like really angry, and here's the thing, like everyone's always gonna have a worse story about who passed away, how, or whatever. Especially if you're in the military. I mean, like either way, it's always a tragedy. But the most important thing is that like I cared for this dude, and I know there's people who served with him a lot longer than I did, have known him a lot longer. There's his family, obviously his wife, and all this other stuff. But I'm angry right now because I have absolutely no capacity to give a single shit about anyone's problems because of things like this, because someone left the world far too prematurely. And because, their family is looking forward to spending years and years and years and years with them. And there's, all kinds of family planning that potentially were involved. I mean, I really have no idea. But either way, it is the worst feeling on earth. So what I want to talk about because of that is how you put things into perspective. Like nothing happened to me, okay? But I know things happened to him and his family, and now he's no longer here. So, when I hear complaints about people who are not happy with their job, or when people, I don't know, don't have enough money to do what they want or whatever, I just truly don't give a shit because you're here and you're alive. And, this is a gift. Like being here on earth is like a gift. And Gary Vee always says it, like you could have been a plant or anything else, but you are able to see, to listen, to think, to feel. And when you put it in the frame that you may never experience those things again, or that, there's people who are departed far too early and can't do those things, and you really need to just think about how trivial some of the shit we complain about is. And, so I'm upset, but like I also want to kind of bestow something if possible. And this is from a book. I'm not going to try and act like this is mine, but I do practice it. And that is, happiness comes from solving problems. Period. And I just told my sister, if I take off my shirt and I look in the mirror and I'm unhappy with what I see, hey Mike, hey Sebastian, what's up? If I take off my shirt and I'm unhappy with what I see, then that's a problem because it's negative emotions, and negative emotions are a call to action. Okay, so happiness comes from solving problems. So how do I solve that problem? And what's the call to action? The call to action is stop feeding your freaking face with pizza or drinking beer and all this other stuff. Start counting your calories, and maybe you could kind of find out where it's going wrong. How about you go to the gym and do some cardio there? Or how about if I keep getting pulled over for speeding, okay, and I get really angry about it? Those negative emotions are a call to action, and there's a problem to be solved. That problem to be solved is stop driving like a freaking asshole and go the speed limit. Whatever it is. So there's so many people, so many of us out there that are just kind of like sitting and stewing in these things that we don't want to feel, or that are unfulfilling, or that whatever. And I'm on this new thing, and I have been, and I've never been happier, where I just lose it, like lose the negativity, lose anything that doesn't bring positive emotions to me. Now, don't get me wrong, like, of course there's pop-up stressors, but I'm able to process those a lot better because so many things happen from time to time that you just can't control. But there's so much more that you can control that you feel like you can't for some reason, or that you just think of all the consequences or all the outcomes from making a decision to do away with it. It could be a relationship. You're just like, I'm in this terrible relationship. I'm not happy anymore. Bye. That's it. Like, the first thing you can do is just admit it, put it out in the universe by saying it, and then that's it. Like, start the process. If you know nothing could change, then you walk away from that. If you are in a job that is not fulfilling, whose fault is that? Like, whose fault is it really? You know, is it your boss's fault? Is it the company's fault? Or do you have the potential to consistently and constantly be looking for other jobs? If your financial situation sucks, if you're, and my realtor's on right now as we're speaking, I'm selling my house in California, which is crazy because I love that house. It is an amazing place, but and I can't believe I'm even being public with it, but like, I'd rather have zero debt and a ton of money set aside for my daughter and for myself to continue with some of my entrepreneurial journeys. So back to the premise of this entire thing is I'm just so angry at listening and hearing about all these problems that we complain about when we actually are just so lucky to just be here and just be on earth and experience and love one another and take care of one another and show our appreciation for one another. And anything that takes away from that, you know, if you have unhealthy relationships, so to speak, you know, with your family or marriage or whatever it is, if you have unhealthy relationships, then, you know, maybe that's a problem of the relationship you have with yourself. And that's hard. That is so hard. Like, it took me years to realize how to self-soothe, so to speak. And I mean, not with alcohol or anything illegal or anything or just bad behavior. Like, in order to just be completely comfortable in my own skin, it took me forever, but I'm here now and I'm so happy and I understand things so much better. So, I just had to talk about it. So negative emotions are a call to action, like, period. Negative emotions are a call to action. And the next thing you got to do is just figure out, problem solve that, troubleshoot it, and that is ultimately what leads to happiness. And that behavior, unlike any journal or routine or meditation, like, that single repeatable mindset and capability is going to take you further than anything is trying to sell you. Than anyone is trying to sell you. Because you know what's really, really, really good for business is for people telling you that you're all freaked up and you have all kinds of issues and that they could help you. But you could help yourself so much more than you possibly can imagine. And a lot of your friends can help you and a lot of your family can help you. So I'm on this thing right now where it's just like, just put it out into the universe. Whatever it is, put it out into the universe, meaning say it to someone. If something's not right or you don't feel right, just say something to someone you trust, and just let it out there. I have no idea. It takes so much effort to kind of just bury things and just to put up with things. And I'm 38, but I refuse to be 68 and be like, what was I doing? You know, I refuse to be 68 and just be like, I can't believe I stayed with that company for so long. I refuse, and I've taken control of my life, and it's a completely different story. And I'm no expert. I have no training, psychology training. I don't read. I don't do self-help books or anything like that. But what I can tell you is this. I am a completely new person because I'm solving problems regularly. Anything that doesn't bring me joy, I attack. So, all the way back to the very beginning of this conversation, I'm angry. I'm angry that yet again someone is gone. I'm angry that yet again it's tragic and that it affects multiple families, multiple people. And it's so sad, and it is such a dangerous profession. And while we all volunteer to do this, it's just always completely heartbreaking, heart-wrenching, and I would absolutely say, I don't even know if I've processed some of these from years ago. Thanks, Christy. I'm just going to be so honest. I was at the dentist today, and I was having a follow-up, and the lady is the nicest lady. She's extremely informative. She never tries to rip me off. She's just like teaches me. She's so big on customer satisfaction, and last time we talked. Today I was in her chair, and I had just read an article about the crash and the mishap. And for whatever reason, that was in my mind. So I sit in the chair, and I'm not talking at all. She's being super friendly, and I could tell I caught her off guard. She's like, last time this dude was really having a good time. He was cool, and da-da-da-da. And I'm just giving her one-word answers and all this other stuff. And I mean, I'm just going to be honest. So I started crying in the middle of a dental cleaning. I don't even know how to explain that. It is so beyond me, but like my heart hurts like so badly for the families of these Marines, and it always hurts, but like when you know them and you've seen them and you've like felt their presence and what they have to offer, it's devastating, and I'm really, really sorry. I'm not, this is not about me. The point is, whatever you think your problems are, like, you need to bury that shit or do something about it, because there's a lot of people that are worse off. And I don't just mean people who have endured tragedy. I mean people who just are struggling to live, find a place to eat tonight, to get some food. Maybe someone has a sick child who they, are battling with those emotions, or whatever it is. And you just really have to put things into perspective, and I just really can't surround myself with people who are not able to do that. And it's not a judgmental thing. It's just I don't have the capacity to be empathetic to those kinds of things when I know far too many families and friends who have been affected by tragedies like that happened the other day. So all that being said, that's it. And I'll say it one last time. Is happiness comes from solving problems. Removing yourselves from situations that don't benefit you or that are not a positive experience will always kind of get you on the straight and narrow. And then negative emotions are a call to action. So the more you feel negative things, or the instant you feel something negative, all you need to do is ask yourself, like, okay, that means I need to do something about this. What is it? Why am I experiencing that? And then move on. And that's something that took me 38 years to learn, believe it or not. So, but I'm glad I did. So rest in peace, brothers, and everyone else out there. Take care, be safe, and see you later. Bye.